Hello, friend. You'd never guess the $200 0-cent steak on your anniversary plate started life in the same factory that churns out your kid's $3 0-cent school burger. But right now, $10 million, 0 cents in prime ribeyes, tomahawks, and strips, each worth more than a used car, hangs in one refrigerated vault. How does one plant feed both a Michelin chef who demands a 45-day dry-aged bone-in ribeye and a school district that needs 200,000 patties by Monday? And why does that single steak cost more than your weekly grocery run? The answer is locked in 3 letters stamped on every box that rolls in at 4 a.m. USDA Prime. Only 3% of all American cattle qualify. The rest never make it past the guard. Prime means marbling so thick it looks like snow in marble, and snow melts into flavor. But flavor isn't free. What pays for it? Stay tuned for the answer. Shifts ignite at 6 p.m. sharp, because Manhattan's top kitchens close dinner service at 11 and expect fresh product on the rail by 7 a.m. That's 8 hours to break down entire carcasses. Age select cuts for 6 weeks in rooms locked at 36 DGF and 80% humidity, 1 degree off and millions spoil. Portion to the gram and truck across state lines. It's Jenga with 40-pound short loins. Move one, another slides in, or the whole night collapses. Vincent calls his crew an army. Their weapons are boning knives, scimitar blades, and bandsaws that howl like fighter jets. Never let a rookie near the saw. 2.5 years of training first, or a single slip turns a 5-figure primal into trim bin waste. At home, keep your aging fridge below 38 DGF and above 75% humidity, and always start with prime-grade beef if you want that restaurant magic.
Beef isn't just beef.
Dry-aged beef has been around forever.
We consider it a purifying process.
It's really unique.
It's incredible.
It's a very, very subtle age flavor where you're taking a great piece of meat and you're enhancing it.
It's the best dry age in the world.
Dry-aged beef should be the purest, finest, safest product that you could possibly consume.
It's a great eating experience.
The real money vanishes in the dry aging room. 15,000 cuts hang under ultraviolet glow, 36 degrees, 80% humidity. 1 degree off and millions spoil. Over 40 days, 30% of the weight evaporates. 11 pounds gone from a single tomahawk, poof, into the vents. The protein shrinks from the bone, the fat cap yellows like aged Parmesan, and the restaurant pays for every ghost ounce. A starting primal costs $70. After aging and trimming, it's down to 19 pounds, but billed at $200. What are you really getting for your money?
Wet aging has become the industry standard because it's cheaper and more profitable. The beef is vacuum packed in plastic and it sits at temperatures of 32 to 36 degrees for 10 to 28 days.
From the aging vault, the meat rolls to the portioning floor where master butchers, nearly all trained by Vincent himself, slice to the millimeter. A New York strip for the porterhouse must be exactly 1.5 inches thick, fat cap trimmed to 1/4 inch, tail tucked so it grills flat. A Vegas tomahawk arrives bone-Frenched, polished, wrapped in paper printed with the chef's logo. Precision like that isn't cheap. The sawdust from one high-end order is $100 in lost trim. Local trucks leave at 3 a.m. and slip into Manhattan while the city sleeps. The porterhouse takes 3,000 pounds weekly, every ounce tracked by lot number back to the Nebraska feedlot. When the steak hits the broiler salt, a whisper of butter, 5 minutes to medium rare. The fat lacquers into something no grocery cut could dream of. Rest it, slice it, and the board stays dry. That's how you know you paid for perfection. Yet the same floor pumps out 200,000 burger patties daily. In 2004, Vincent bought the company's first patty machine for a scrappy chain called Smash Burger. He crafted a blend of short rib, brisket, zero filler that still ships to over 100 locations. The ground beef rides conveyor belts under vinegar misters, drops into molds stamping 200 custom recipes an hour. A New Jersey school grills 200 of those patties every Monday morning for kids who'll never know their burger shared a cutting board with a $200 0-cents ribeye. Vincent learned the trade as a child, cutting meat with his grandfather to his left and his dad to his right, in the original Brooklyn shop, opened in 1922. His father insisted he try a different career, so Vincent spent 9 months as a stockbroker before ditching the suit for a blood-stained apron. A decade later, he was named CEO. Today, the company he joined with 44 customers serves 1,600 and posts $270 million in annual sales. Now, after beating stomach cancer in 2003 and serving in the Army, Vincent leads a team that never closes, not even under presidential mandate in 2020. With personal stories, recipes, and truth about meat, grain-finished beats grass-fed for taste, and good beef needs no trendy label, he has conveyed to consumers interesting perspectives on beef. Even after all this growth, Vincent sees no finish line. This facility pushes 250,000 pounds a night with space to triple or quadruple that. He built it not for today, but for the next century. The same way his great-grandfather built a Brooklyn shop with one cleaver and a dream. The lesson is simple. Greatness isn't inherited, it's cut, one precise slice at a time. Start small, stay sharp, never stop aging. Vincent's story proves that legacy isn't about the size of the vault, it's about the hands that keep turning the knife. What cut will you make? Drop a comment, share your grind. The next empire starts with your story.
Hello, friend. $500 0 cents for 1 pound of beef? That's olive Wagyu, 60% pricier than A5 Wagyu and enough to buy a top-tier grill. This melt-in-your-mouth steak comes from full-blood Wagyu-fed 2 tons of dried olive pomace, yes, the oily trash from olive oil presses, over 30 months. All 2,500 cows live on one tiny Japanese island smaller than Staten Island. One drying shed runs $300,000 0 cents. So how did olive garbage become the world's most expensive steak? Let's dig in. Olive Wagyu isn't just dinner, it's the crown jewel of luxury steakhouses from Tokyo to Manhattan. Chefs slice it paper thin, sear it for 10 seconds, and watch it melt at room temperature. Customers pay $150 0 cents for 3 ounces and still clap. But every ounce starts on Shodoshima, a 60 square mile dot in Japan's inland sea. We make maybe 2,500 cows a year, says Masaki Ishii, the farmer who started it all. With global demand booking tables 6 months out, $500 0 cents a pound starts to look like a bargain. So what's driving the price tag? First, the feed is recycled garbage and expensive garbage. Walk into an olive oil mill on Shoroshima and you'll see wet, oily pomace, stacked like wet cement. Most farms burn it or dump it. The pomace is 60% water and spoils in hours. He spent 6 years building a low-heat drying tunnel that pulls moisture without torching the oil. One bad run ruins a month of work. Today, each cow downs 2 tons of dried pomace, roughly $36,000, 0 cents in feed alone. That's more than the average American spends on groceries in 5 years. Next, the cows lived like retirees. Standard Wagyu ships at 24 to 26 months. Olive Wagyu lounges until month 30. Those extra 4 months pack in fat so fine it looks photoshopped. Lab tests clock oleic acid at 65%, 30% higher than regular A5, which sits around 50%. US prime beef by comparison barely hits 38%. Translation: the steak melts at 77 DGF, 4 degrees below body temperature, while standard A5 needs 86 DGF and US prime doesn't truly melt until 95 DGF. You don't chew, you blink and it's gone. The longer timeline doubles barn costs, triples labor, and ties up space 6 farms can't spare. One cow's 30-month vacation costs more than a Tesla Model 3. Then came the disasters that turned a secret into a brand. Ishii kept his pomace recipe under wraps for years. The buyers just knew the beef tasted nuts. Then 2010 struck. Foot and mouth disease ripped through Miyazaki, Japan's Wagyu capital. The US banned all Japanese beef. A year later, the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami flattened ports. With exports down, Ishii went public. By 2012, Shidoshima had a new cash crop. In 2013, the first olive Wagyu hit Tokyo. A 3-star Michelin chef paid $120, 0 cents an ounce on the spot. Word spreads faster than the marbling melts. Supply never caught up. 6 licensed farms, 20 cows per farm, total 2,500 head a year. After trimming, grading and export cuts, maybe 800,000 pounds reached the market. That's less beef than one Texas feedlot ships in a week. Meanwhile, waiting lists stretch 6 months. A single Los Angeles steakhouse gets 12 portions a month. They vanish at $150, 0 cents for 3 ounces. At a 2024 Tokyo charity auction, one loin sold for $1,200, 0 cents a pound. The buyer ate it raw with chopsticks. Supply-demand math doesn't lie. Let's stack the prices side by side. US prime runs about $35, 0 cents a pound. Regular Japanese A5 jumps to $200, 0 cents. Certified Kobe pushes $350, 0 cents. Olive Wagyu starts at $500, 0 cents and climbs to $770, 0 cents on a normal day. That $500, 0 cents floor is just the starting bid. And shipping from a remote island, customs paperwork and temperature-controlled crates, and the final tab climbs fast. One 40-foot refrigerated container can hit $200,000. 0 cents landed in New York. That's a down payment on a house for beef. Back on the island, the process is equal parts brutal and beautiful. Workers massage calves, play Mozart and shovel pomace twice a day. Drone shots show 2,500 black cows dotting green hills, fewer animals than one Kagoshima ranch ship in a month. Every carcass is graded by hand, only the top 60% make the cut. The rest ground into $50.00 burgers nobody advertises. Will olive wagyu stay the world's priciest beef, or will copycats flood the market? Tell us in the comments, would you drop $500.00 on a pound of melting cow? What's the most you've ever paid for a single bite? Subscribe for more wild stories about why your favorite foods cost a fortune. Hello friends, hold on to your wallets. A single kilogram of stockfish costs $65.00, 7 times more than regular fish like croaker. This dried cod A culinary superstar travels 6,000 miles from Norway's frozen fjords to Nigeria's bustling markets, where it's treated like gold. A single drying rack in Norway is worth over $500,000, 0 cents, and one container can cost $80,000, 0 cents, enough to buy a car. So why is this fish so insanely expensive? And how does it tie two nations together in a wild economic ride? Let's dive in and find out. Stockfish isn't just food. It's the heart of Nigerian cuisine, giving soups and stews their signature smoky flavor and chewy texture. Nigeria's hot, humid climate makes it impossible to produce locally, so nearly 100% comes from Norway. Where coastal villages churn out this delicacy for Nigeria's hungry markets. In 2015, Nigeria imported $8,940,000, 0 cents, worth of stockfish, but with prices swinging like a pendulum, traders and buyers are caught in a high-stakes game. So, what's driving these sky-high prices? First, the production process is a wallet drainer. In Henningsvær, Norway, fishermen catch cod, sort it and hang it on massive racks to dry in -15 DC winds for 3 months. No bugs, no birds, just icy air turning fish into stockfish that lasts 3 years. Machines or salt could do it in a week, but Nigerians demand the slow-dried flavor. "We make this for Nigeria," a fisherman says, wiping snow from his face. Fresh cod cost $5.00 per kilogram. Dried, it's $14.00. With Norway's energy prices spiking, each rack holding 4,000 tons costs over $500,000 to produce. Next, the journey is a budget killer. Stockfish sails 6,000 miles to Nigeria over 6 weeks, racking up huge shipping costs. But the real chaos hits in Nigeria's markets, where the naira's value against the dollar flips daily. Traders like Nonso often use black market rates to stay afloat. Slicing stockfish into tiny pieces so customers can afford it A 66-pound bag can cost $1,000, 0 cents, and a container up to $80,000, 0 cents. Then there's Nigeria's import rules. Since 2021, the government requires stockfish payments in US dollars, not naira, pushing costs to 17 to 50 million naira per container. It's a punch to the gut for traders. Combine that with Norway's rising energy costs, and you've got a recipe for prices that make your eyes water. Stockfish isn't just fish, it's a financial tightrope. How did this obsession start? During Nigeria's civil war in the 1960s, when famine killed millions, Norway sent stockfish as aid. Nigerians fell hard for its flavor. "My grandma made egusi soup with stockfish every Christmas," says Gunnar Jensen, a Lagos chef, her eyes lighting up. "It was our holiday magic." Today, stockfish is a must-have, turning family dinners into celebrate. Picture a Nigerian table. Kids laughing, parents serving steaming soup with that unmistakable stockfish aroma. It's love in every bite. The main buyer of our dried fish products is Nigeria. The main dry fish markets in Nigeria are located in Aba, in Abia State, and Lagos. Back in Norway, the process is brutal but beautiful. Fishermen brave freezing winds to hang cod on racks, creating a product Nigeria can't resist. We've tried selling elsewhere, a producer chuckles, but it's always Nigerians in London, New York, everywhere. Nigeria's market is the heartbeat of Norway's stockfish industry, with racks worth millions lining the coast. So why is stockfish so expensive? We think you can answer yourself after watching this video, right? Summarize your views and comment down in the video comment section. This fish is a global love story. Tying Norway and Nigeria in a costly embrace. What's your priciest food obsession? Subscribe for more wild stories about why your favorite foods cost a fortune.